Just add baking soda to watermelon rinds and you can turn something that seems like trash into a delicious dish. Hi everyone, I'm Nancy. I used to throw away watermelon rinds without giving them a second thought. But after discovering these amazing ways to use them, my family hasn't thrown away a single watermelon rind since. Stay with me until the end of this video. I'll show you 2 simple tricks to turn watermelon rinds into surprisingly delicious dishes. First, prepare the watermelon rind. After eating the sweet, refreshing red flesh, don't throw the rind away right away. Choose pieces of rind that are still fresh, firm, not soft, mushy, or strange smelling. Carefully use a knife to peel away the hard green outer skin, keeping only the white part or the white part with a little pale pink. Then cut the watermelon rind into bite-sized pieces. You can cut it into long strips, small cubes, or any shape you like. The important thing is to try to cut the pieces evenly, because that way, when cooking, the rind will cook evenly, absorb the syrup better, and look prettier when placed in a jar. Since I have quite a lot of watermelon rind today, I'll use half of it for this part. I'll set the other half aside and use it for the next tip. Next, place all the watermelon rind into a large basin of water. Add about 2 tablespoons of baking soda, stir well until dissolved, and soak for 2 to 4 hours. This is a very important step because baking soda helps give the watermelon rind a chewier texture. When cooked for a long time, it will not break down easily, and the finished result will have a very interesting, soft, chewy, and slightly crisp texture. After soaking, rinse the watermelon rind many times with clean water to remove any baking soda left on the surface. Now bring about 2 liters of water to a boil. Add the rinsed watermelon rind and boil for about 10 minutes, then remove and drain. This step helps the watermelon rind become softer, reduces its natural raw smell, but don't boil it for too long because if the rind becomes too soft, it can easily lose its shape when cooked with sugar. In another pot, add 800 grams of sugar and 1 liter of water, then add 5 cloves and cook until the sugar is completely dissolved. Once the syrup is ready, add the watermelon rind and cook over medium heat for about 30 minutes, stirring gently from time to time so the pieces absorb the syrup evenly. Look closely at this point. The watermelon rind will gradually become clearer, shinier, and more beautiful. After that, continue cooking over medium-low heat until the syrup thickens and the watermelon rind becomes clear, chewy, and sweet. When it is almost done, add the juice of half a lemon to balance the sweetness and make the flavor fresher. Look at that! Once cooked, the watermelon rind becomes glossy, soft, chewy, and slightly crisp with a gentle clove aroma and a pleasant sweetness. Place the syrup into clean, dry, sterilized glass jars. If you are making this for your family, the safest way is to store it in the refrigerator and enjoy it little by little. This treat is delicious with hot tea yogurt bread, or simply as a small dessert after a meal. It is also a wonderful way to reduce food waste and make the most of the whole watermelon. Now let's talk about the remaining watermelon rind. If you enjoy homemade sweet and no sugar, this version may surprise you because watermelon rind can soak up flavor and become crisp tender and very refreshing. First, prepare the pickling liquid. Add 2 cups of water, 2 cups of apple cider vinegar, and 3 cups of sugar to a pot. If you prefer it less sweet, you can reduce the sugar a little. Now add the spices. Add 1/2 spoonful of whole black peppercorns, 1/2 spoonfuls of coriander powder, 2 bay leaves, 1/2 spoonful of chili powder, 1/2 spoonful of cloves, and 1 cinnamon stick. Place the pot on the stove over medium-high heat. Stir gently while heating so the sugar dissolves completely. This step is very important because the sugar needs to dissolve into the vinegar and water, creating an even pickling liquid that can soak into the rind. When the mixture starts to bubble gently, the pickling liquid is ready. Now, carefully add the watermelon rind to the hot liquid. Do not overfill the pot because the rind pieces need space to soak in the brine. Bring it back to a boil and let the watermelon rind cook for about 3 minutes. Then carefully use a spoon to transfer the rind into clean glass jars. If there is still more watermelon rind left, repeat the same process with a second batch. Once the jars are filled with watermelon rind, pour the hot pickling liquid over the top. Use a clean damp paper towel to wipe the rims of the jars, then close the lids tightly. Be careful because the jars and pickling liquid are still hot. After the jars have cooled, place them in the refrigerator. And just like that, you have homemade sweet and sour pickled watermelon rind that is crisp, lightly tangy, gently sweet, and perfect as a side dish or snack. Have you ever reused watermelon rind at home? If so, let me know how you use it in the comments. Pickled watermelon rind is great as a small side dish in everyday meals, especially when served with rich or savory foods. Its sweet, tangy, and slightly spicy flavor can add extra taste to sandwiches, salads, grilled dishes, or even a simple snack plate. Before we end, remember that watermelon rind does not always need to go straight into the trash. With just a little time and a few simple ingredients, you can turn it into something sweet, lightly tangy, and useful for everyday meals. I hope this helps you save money, reduce waste, and enjoy your kitchen a little more. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.